The stream is starting soon, so hold tight. Enjoy some music. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to skip ahead. And I'll see you in a little bit. Wow, I had my mic off the entire time. It's really bad. Alright guys, welcome to the show. We were talking about rendezvous hashing. Let me start from scratch. Boy, I have to remember the microphone. Rendezvous hashing is an algorithm to solve the distributed hash table problem. So there's three parts of the problem. We have keys, values, and servers. Keys are these, identifiers for the servers, which are containers that have the data inside. So in a distributed, let's make a practical example here. In a distributed storage system, the key might be a file name, the value is the file data, and the servers are network data servers that collectively store all of the files. So given a key and a dynamic list of servers, the task is to map the keys to servers while preserving load balancing, scalability, and lookup speed. So load balancing means the load balancing is used also like in web requests, when dealing also with web servers. So each server is responsible for the same amount of loads, so the loads is distributed equally. Scalability, so we can add and remove servers without too much computational effort, which helps if you have a lot of requests in a short amount of time, because you can deploy many servers and catch up with everything in real time. Lookup speed, we need to quickly identify from the key the server that has the value. So rendezvous hashing, consistent hashing. Rendezvous hashing is less well known, but it's older. Simple answer is that computer science courses offer cover consistent hashing without introducing rendezvous hashing. The trailers were so popular that the traffic crashed the film studio's website. Akamai's web caches were the only way to access the video for several days. This event generated substantial public interest in Akamai. Akamai is like a guy from an Ivy League school, I think. MIT maybe. Or Harvard? I don't know. Then let's see, Tutor consistent hashing is an integral part of Amazon's successful commercial database. However, rendezvous hashing is far from obsolete. So the goal is to have a good load balancing performance. That's really interesting. That's really important when scaling, when working with, my case, for example, web applications that have a lot of traffic, a lot of users. One weird hashing trick. Wow. Very cool, guys. I'll leave the link here so you can learn about rendezvous hashing and get a little bit of a culture. This site had a problem. We opened it, but alright, so we'll appear up here. Identifying wormholes and asteroids in the cryptoverse. What the hell? Everglades default on September 20 has the possibility of being like a huge asteroid on the cryptosphere. Evergrande defaulting on September 20. Evergrande is a massive Chinese property developer. The company over leverage itself. Oh wow, is this like breaking news? So from a socioeconomic point, falling house prices could be a disaster. People in China. The rumor that Evergrande does not even have enough capital on ad to service. Oh, wow. What does this mean for crypto? Here you go. Crypto owned by China would potentially be sold off as it considered one of the riskiest assets, and therefore sold off first. It could also mean that the Chinese market could liquidate its position in the US bond market. Who knows what would happen then? Saudi Arabia selling off their bonds too? Alternatively, the Chinese could bail out Evergrande and crypto won't tumble on in value on September 20. What's your opinion? Ow. Aye. Let's see what's gonna happen. Let me see. Evergrande. Wow, plummet to 11-year low. Oh wow. So that's true. This company, big, huge company, second largest property developer. Why sales? Wow. Oof. Interesting. Collapsed. Evergrande Group. Very interesting. Wow. Let's go on. Coinbase signs a new 1.36 million contract with US Custom Enforcement Agency. Second year to develop software for the US Immigration and Custom Enforcement since August. Leading US cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase has secured a contract to develop tech for the Department of Homeland Security. Worth was 1.36 million. Wow, that's a nice contract. Wow. Application development software as a service. Oh, wow. We'll see Coinbase received 455K from the department. However, the contract would be extended. The deal is the second partnership inked between Coinbase and IC. Contract to provide computer forensic services to the lead agency in August. Wow. Let me see. Very cool. Cryptocurrency presents a troubling new opportunity for individuals and rogue states to avoid international sanctions and to undermine traditional financial markets, harming the interests of the United States and its allies. Coinbase is embroiled in a regulatory tussle with the Securities Exchange Commission, with the regulator taking umbrage with its planned stablecoin lending product and threatening to take the company to court. Wow. Very interesting. I'll keep the link up. 7. The last day of Silicon Roundabout. 8. In which I misunderstood Objective-C. Objective-C is a programming language for developing iPhone apps. It came before Swift, the Swift language. 9. Improving Python dependency management with pipx and Poetry. Definitely check out pipx and Poetry if you are working with Python. I don't know them, I'm just relaying the info from the link. Number 10, InVideos, an alternative front end to YouTube. No way. Let's see. What is that? InVideos. What is that? Oops. InVideos is an open source alternative front end to YouTube. How does that play out? It's free software. So it's privacy so focused, ethically designed. No ads. Developer API. Multilingual. That's cool. Very cool. Very cool. The privacy way to it blocks ads too, so maybe there's value into using this. That's pretty cool. I like it. Next, MIT class, machine learning with Python, from linear models to deep learning. Very cool topic. Definitely check it out if you're interested. MIT courseware is really high quality, obviously. 12. Why is alcohol used to preserve things? Well, without going into it, I guess is because the OH of the alcohol, of the ethanol, is very aggressive, and it um, dries out kind of things, removes water, or I know for sure it breaks the barrier of bacteria's membrane, because it's very again, the OH of alcohol molecules is very aggressive, very reactive. 13. Why don't we breathe equally out of both nostrils? 14. Build on AWS for startups. What's AWS for startups? Amazon promoting here. Okay, announcing build on AWS for startups. Oh, build is a service. Announcing build. Okay. Build on AWS features CloudFormation templates and reference architectures. CloudFormation templates are deployable with a single click, and reference architectures contain an architecture diagram that can be replicated. That's so cool. Basic solution contain core solution to get started on AWS, including hosting a WordPress website on Lightsail and building a data processing API using serverless. Very cool. I'll leave the link up. Do I? It's just an AWS. Anyways, 15. Firefighters race to save the world's largest tree as wildfires rage. Ouch. I want to see the world's oh no, that's huge. It's beautiful. How old is that tree? 2,200-year-old sequoia. Wow. Oh no, through the Sequoia National Park. Ouch. Oh no, that's... Whoa, I hope. Oh, that's it. Wow, I hope everything's good. Everything will turn out good. Number 16, transforming DevOps with human in the loop automation. Why do the planets in the solar system orbit on the same plane? Interesting question. Modes of system resilience. In this post, we'll cover the following modes of system resilience. Okay, system resilience is the ability of organizational hardware and software systems to mitigate the severity and likelihood of failures or losses, to adapt to changing conditions, and to respond appropriately after the fact. This is so cool. Yeah, that sounds exactly what. So there's 6 modes. Adaptive response, superior monitoring, which is monitor for and detect in a timely manner. And then it's coordinated resilience, which is implement a resilience in-depth strategy. So that probably means to pass multiple obstacles to occur. Then there's heterogeneous systems. Heterogeneity to reduce common mode failures. Dynamic repositioning. Increase the ability to recover by distributing and diversifying network distribution. Requisite availability. Balancing act for making services and data available to users. Very cool. That's really good. Very short but very interesting. Very relevant read, because you want to make sure that this is in place when you're building something. I agree 100%. I'm gonna keep this link and we're gonna look at them later with more time after the stream. 19. Tammy Bryant Butto on SRE apprentices. I don't know what an SRE apprentice is. 20. Practical front-end architecture. Let's see. We've been upgrading our front tech stack at the Liferay Cloud this past year. Nifty tools were adopted include React, TypeScript, Next.js, and Apollo. Tailwind CSS, and the Ant Design component library. It makes developing large sites with dynamic data a breeze. I agree. Considering architecture. Software engineers get to make such fundamental decisions. Most of our time is rightly spent working with what we have. Yeah, that's true. Rarely we get to design systems that solves problems from the ground up. Well, rarely. Depends if you work for a company or if you're a freelancer or if you have your own development business. The requirements are vital. Well, obviously startups need more of the architecture than existing companies too. The requirements are vital. Single page or multiple page application. Do we need SSR? Should our server code handle validation or just routing? How should an ideal initial page will happen? Yeah, these are all decisions that come into making an architecture of a web application, for example, or even mobile application. Okay, what is this? Const app. So this is the main app component. Return component. This is like the visual part, the kind of the HTML part, and this is all the JavaScript and the logic, the functions. That's how React works, pretty much. Unbranching the React runtime, custom error page logic. Wow. Okay, so this guy really dives deep into what a good okay, most notable patterns were implemented lately. Okay, so good front end architectural patterns to apply. This guy gives a good example, so definitely check them out because it's practical. These guys are a real company and they did it. So definitely worth to spend time on it if you're a developer. 21. Groundbreaking research identifies likely cause of Alzheimer's disease. Ouch. Potential for new treatment. Okay, I'm just reading here, but can you guys get to the point? Okay. Probable cause of Alzheimer was the leakage from blood into the brain of fat-carrying particles transporting toxic proteins. What? Blood to brain pathway. The most prevalent form of dementia globally. We previously know that the hallmark feature of people living with Alzheimer was the progressive accumulation of toxic protein deposits within the brain called beta amyloid. They did not know, the researchers, where the amyloid originated from or why it deposited in the brain. So now the research shows that this toxic protein, the amyloid, deposits that form in the brains of people living with Alzheimer, most likely leak into the brain from fat-carrying particles in blood, called the lipoproteins. Wow. If we can manage the level in blood of lipoprotein amyloid and prevent their leakage into the brain, this opens up potential new treatments to prevent Alzheimer's disease and slow memory loss. Wow, that would be huge. That will be huge. Best of luck to the researcher working on this, and thank you for these people to chose to contribute to the to finding a cure instead of becoming influencers. Nothing bad to influencers, just fun. Just wanted to say something funny. 22. Can apps manage our chronic health conditions? Yeah, they can help if it's like taking medications and things like that. Of course, apps can help do everything. Xata, database service for serverless apps. Ooh, let's see. For Jamstack, low code and more. It's a combination of a relational database, an analytics engine, and a free text search engine. All made simple by a spreadsheet-like UI and a single powerful data API with granular security, zero downtime migration, subscriptions, ACID transaction, and caching built in. Wow, guys, the tools to build are getting better and better. So this looks like a very complete database solution. Obviously that doesn't mean that you should forget about everything else and jump only on this. Remember that every new invention, it has to be taken as such, and validation of it comes with having years in the industry. Meaning if this framework stays years in the industry, it gets used for a long time, and it still holds, there's no major issues, then it will become maybe the new standard, or maybe not, who knows. But for sure, guys, products like this are essential if you're creating an MVP, a prototype, whatever, for a startup, and you don't have too much budget, you need to hit the market fast, you need to validate your idea. These things are vital, guys. 24. Bitcoin is a bulletproof ball gown. God bless Bitcoin. 25. Germany's no emotion voting guide surges despite campaign of personalities. 26. China and the US are polar opposites on gun control. 27. Barcelona gives free annual public transport tickets to former car owners. 28. BIP39 mnemonic code converter. 29. Lead crime hypothesis. What is a lead crime hypothesis? I like those random Wikipedia links. Oh. The lead crime hypothesis is the association between elevated blood lead levels in children and increased rates of crime, delinquency, and recidivism later in life. What? No way. Lead is widely understood to be highly toxic to multiple organs in the body, particularly to the brain. Individuals exposed to lead at young ages are more vulnerable to learning disabilities, decreased IQ, attention deficit, and problems with impulse control. Wow. All of which may be negatively impacting decision making and leading to the commission of more crimes as these children reach adulthood, especially violent crimes. Wow, guys, that's crazy. Okay, so it's a hypothesis. Proponents of the lead crime hypothesis argue that the removal of lead additives from motor fuel explains the falling crime rates in the United States beginning in the 90s. Huh. That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. That's an interesting. Oh wow! Anti-lead efforts a key sustainable development success. Ooh. Wow. Webinstall.dev. Install DevTools simply from the command line. What is that? Effortlessly install developer tools with easy to remember URLs. Oh, okay, so it just gives you an alternative tool. Hmm. Okay, so I guess all these tools can be installed using the simpler interface. Okay, I guess it's a nice little tool. Is it open source? Yeah, see? Contact download URLs. Create an empty. Okay, yeah, this is how to launch it internally, but okay, it's a tool. It's a good tool. They have all the tools here. What's written with what? JavaScript and PowerShell and shell scripts. Cool. I'll leave the link into the description. And at this point, I am a little bit tired, and we went through a bunch of cool news. We saw a bunch of very cool links. We didn't get to the point to reach Slashdot or Product Hunt, but we'll do it tomorrow. And that's it. Today was really fun. We saw a bunch of very cool knowledge. Learn a few new things. Super cool. Every time I refresh this news feed is always something fun. That's it. So I will end up the stream right here. I'll see you guys the next time. I'll put some music, and then I wish everybody a wonderful night. Thank you, and see you soon.